Things people complain about, you're like, I can't even believe you waste your time on that. That's not even an issue. You're creating the problem right now. So I didn't have a lot of sympathy for people. I just didn't. Not until I went down to Mexico and did that whole thing. No, man, I stewed. I had a really cool job opportunity to happen right after I retired. I got to teach the Tier 1 guys in the Air Force for 3 years, run a part of their selection. That was a really, really good thing for me. Being around the guys, still being engaged. I was doing the majority of the things that I love, shooting, CQB, skydiving. I was doing that full time, all day, every day. Probably the best thing for me, but it did not scratch the itch. It just felt like, yeah, I'm training these guys to do a job that I wish I was still doing. So in a lot of ways, it hurt. You'd see them all go to graduate. You'd see them fleet up. Now they're starting to deploy, and you're like, God, I'm so envious of you. You miss it. But in your mind, you're like, I'm ready to be done. I just want to transition out. I want to do something completely different. No, you don't. I never wanted to do anything different. I just, I had so many injuries stacked up, and they wanted to do a double shoulder replacement, a hip replacement, wanted to fuse my neck, my lower back. I'm not going to sit here for another 3 years and go through all these surgeries to not be able to deploy, not be able to suit it back up. Like, just get me out. I'll deal with it on my own. And then you realize that the entire 17 years, you've never really done anything for yourself. You've had admin doing this. You've had medical doing that. Like, they're booking your audiograms, your dentist appointments, your blood draws, this. Somebody's doing everything for you so you can just focus on the task at hand. And when you get out, that support system is not there. Like, hey, I got a pay discrepancy. Well, now that you're retired, how long do you think that's going to get fixed? It'll never get fixed. There's nobody that's going to help you through that. You're just on phone calls and emails and redirect. Like, being a civilian is the hardest thing I've ever done. Getting out of the military is the hardest thing I've ever done.
What was the biggest thing that was difficult about it?
There's no purpose. There's no reason for me to be on the planet. I spent my entire marriage isolated away from her. Now I've got 2 kids, been isolated away from them. Now I'm a shell of who I used to be. Now I have no purpose. I have no drive, have no community, have no group chat, have no team. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Nothing. Like, there's nothing making me swing feet out of bed in the morning. Nothing. That's why, thank God, I found Vernon. Back in the gym, living the same routine. So the majority of my day, I mean, you see the morning routine here. It's very similar to where it was at work. Wake up early, come to the gym, do the 20-minute walk, do the protein shake, do the recovery, go to the range on Wednesdays, teaching CQB, doing whatever we're going to do. Leave at 5 o'clock, work on dials, not switches. But the morning routine is pretty much unbroken. It's what I've been doing my whole life. Just keep doing that, and it sets conditions for me to be able to cascade all that positivity in a positive direction. If I used to just wake up in the morning, sleep until 9, get up, get a cup of coffee, stay in sweatpants till noon, watch TV, scroll social media, nothing really to do. Maybe I'll just stay in sweatpants all day. You just burn out, tired. You just want to rest. If you were to give me the option to go into cryo and sleep for 6 years, I would have done it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to play the game. Really, really depressed. And every day, really from 2013 up until Mexico, I wanted to die every single day. Like, not because I didn't want to live, just because I was tired. I didn't want to do it anymore. I don't want to have the uncomfortable conversations. I don't want to let anybody down. I prayed I got hit by a truck. Prayed I died in a freak skydiving accident. Hope somebody cracked off a breech at the wrong time and blew me up, and I just gone. It would have been a lot easier.
How did you first learn about Mexico?
Marks and Amber Capone. Yeah. When it was at its worst, I had already gone down my negative spiral. I was already living multiple different lives and all the different affairs I was leading simultaneous. It was just a very ugly time in my life. Patsy knew I was she knew I was in a bad spot. She knew how bad it was. And I finally opened up to her. I forget where we were. I don't know if we were driving in the car one day, and she's like, I just don't know what's wrong with you. It just feels like you're just so out of touch. I have to ask her, but I think I just said it. I was like, Patsy, if you knew how much I thought about killing myself, you just shut up. I think about it all day. I'm thinking about it right now. Like, right now, I've just been thinking about unbuckling this seatbelt and opening that door and jumping out in the middle of traffic and letting that 18-wheeler run me over. I've been thinking about it all day. Every single jump. Do I pull? Do I just corkscrew this thing in the ground at 100 feet and pound myself in and they'll call it a freak accident? It's running through my mind all day, every day. That's all I think about. I just don't want to do this again. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. Like if I died in my sleep, oh, thank you, Jesus. And there's no reason, right? You lived an amazing life. You had a great career, 2 healthy kids, 10 fingers, 10 toes, got a beautiful wife. Everything should be great, except I'm miserable.
What stopped you up until that point?
A lot of it was the logistics. Because you hear these horror stories of guys shooting themselves, hanging themselves, and you're like, yeah, your wife didn't get life insurance for a suicide. Like, oh, well, now you got to get creative. It's like, well, do I get a DUI? Do I crash on a telephone pole, being drunk, just take off the seatbelt, stick my head over the steering wheel and slam it at 100, go through the windshield and just end it? Did she get paid for that? I mean, like Googling it to try to figure out what's going on. Like, you run through every scenario, but it's back to the details. Like, you think about every single detail. Like, if I shut this off, does that null and void this? How's it going to be perceived? Like, if I die doing that, is everybody going to look at me like, what an idiot? Like, even if I call it a freak accident, it's like, what a dumbass. Like, I don't want to go down like that. Like, do I take too many pills? Do I overdose? What's that look like? How's that affect life insurance? Just all the different things. But you're thinking about it all day long. And that becomes, as soon as you wake up in the morning, is there an ability for me to close this out today? And then, the electrocution, everything else. It's like, you just keep getting bit over and over, but it's like, it's not killing me. It's like, when is it going to kill me? When am I finally just going to close this chapter out? I'm so glad it didn't, but in the moment, man, that's the only thing you think about. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense. Like, I'm just so tired. And that's what I tell dudes now. Like, if you finally get somebody to open up about mental health issues and they say that phrase, I'm just so tired. You've got a serious problem on your hands. Like, he is looking for the reset button right now. If he tells you he's so tired, that's it. Every time I've heard it, that's what they've done next. Just so tired, man. I just don't want to do it anymore. Just exhausted. I just want to sleep. Okay, we got to do an intervention right now. They say that phrase to you, all systems stop. That's just where it was. I wake up in the morning just exhausted. I did a sleep study. I was sleeping like 13 minutes a night, just nightmares, panic attacks, sleep apnea, the whole thing. Just, I can't sleep. And then the whole body starts to break down. You're still training every day. And it's like, I'm just digging myself in a hole I'm never going to get out of. That's exhausting, man. And there's no way out because there's no one else you can talk to. It's not like you've been through the exact same thing. You've walked the same path. I'm like, Jordan, dude, I got this going on. That conversation never happens. I most certainly never had it with anybody else. They never had it with me, even when I got out. When we went down to Mexico. When people finally opened up, me too. F you, man. Like, you knew how bad it was for me. Like, I confided in a couple people, fell on deaf ears. Like, oh man, it sucks to hear. Well, 6 months later, you're telling me you too for a decade? Like, you're going to let me shoot myself in my guest room and pretend like you weren't suffering through it too? Nah, not anymore. I'm not doing that. Yeah, we were laying in bed one night and we've been friends with Marcus and Amber for 20 something years. And he had a bad fall from grace getting out of the Navy, and he went to Goldman Sachs, and just a downward spiral, drinking, all the different things. And yeah, Amber went on a mission to try to find him help. And we heard all the rumors. Marcus went out to the West Coast, and now he's down in Mexico doing these psychedelics, and he's licking frogs. And you're like, oh God, the West Coast got a hold of him too. He's probably got bleach blonde tips, probably wearing a weird fedora and some ugly t-shirt. Like, oh God, poor Marcus. And then you see him, like, he looks significantly better than I've ever seen him before. He's the exact same person, just his eyes are brighter. He's happy. He's well balanced. Okay. They made some little infomercial about the treatment. We laid in that bed and we watched it and just cried our eyes out. She's like, if you love me, you'll go. I'll go to Mexico and do psychedelics. I'm not scared of doing drugs. I'm in. Never did I think it'd work. Never did I think that would be able to get me on a better spot than I am now until you go down there. And there aren't many people that are in a worse scenario than I was. And I went down there with no intention of ever coming back. If I'm being totally honest, I really hoped Ibogaine would kill me. I really hoped I'd take that medicine, it'd be too strong, and I just wouldn't wake up. I didn't want to come home to face reality, all the things I had done, all the things that were happening to me. I thought that'd be the easiest way. And after I woke up from Ibogaine, it's like, I have to go home and fix this right now. Like, I never wanted to be home that bad my whole life. If you would have given me the option to hit a button and teleport home right then, right there, I would have done it.